Have you ever wanted to clean your house, but the smell of the cleaners actually made your brain feel like it was shutting down? Like the cleaning was actually making you feel more wired and tired. If that's you, I want to suggest something. It might not be that you're sensitive. It might be that your nervous system is begging for a low stimulation environment. I'm showing you my favorite kitchen pharmacy cleaners that will not trigger your survival brain. Join me as I take on the challenge of transforming my kitchen into a healthier space using only DIY ingredients. Creating a healthier home environment is all about making small changes that make a big difference. And it starts with the heart of the home, the kitchen. By incorporating DIY kitchen remedies, we can eliminate harmful toxins, reduce waste, and create a space that truly nourishes both our bodies and minds, as well as cleans the air, the atmosphere, and our kitchen. Look at that one up here. She knows she's not even supposed to be up there. You need to get down, you little stinker turd. Are you gonna watch? Anyway, so it cleans our air and spaces and disinfects, like when little kitties get up on the stools. Kitchens can be a breeding ground for allergens with dust, mold, and a pet dander. I guess she's perfect for being up here for this, right? That accumulate on surfaces, in the air, and exacerbate respiratory issues like asthma and allergies, making it hard to breathe and feel comfortable. Chemical residues from cleaning products and pesticides can linger on countertops as well as in the air, posing a threat to our health and well-being. They also can seep in through our skin, which is why I've really been changing over to all natural cleaning products. And I've also saved a whole bunch of money, and they're super easy, fast, and effective. And I'll show you the ones that I've made. I actually mixed these up yesterday, and they're super fast, they're super easy, and they actually work amazing, as well as disinfect without harming our health. Poor air quality is such a huge concern nowadays. I know for me, I've noticed I've really been affected with my breathing, with my allergies and asthma. So I know it's been such a big concern for me. So anytime that I can make small, simple, and cost-effective changes that make a difference, I'm so happy to share them with you. So the air we breathe in our kitchens can be filled with fumes from cooking, from cleaning, and even the materials on our cabinets. The poor air quality can lead to headaches, fatigue, and even long-term health problems like cancer and neurological symptoms. To make matters worse, many conventional cleaning products introduce harsh chemicals into our kitchens that can harm us and also harm the environment. In addition to these health concerns, kitchens can also be a source of stress and anxiety for some people, with cluttered countertops and disorganized storage contributing to a sense of overwhelm and chaos, and it's hard to keep things organized. From natural cleaning products to homemade air purifiers, there are countless ways to transform our kitchens, as well as coming up with easy ways to meal prep. So those are kind of my passions to help people in the kitchen, to make our lives easier and healthier and happier. Making your own DIY kitchen remedies is easier than you think. And it can be a fun and creative way to take control of your health and your well-being. For example, you can make an all-natural, all-purpose cleaner with just vinegar and water and essential oils. Here is one that I made. And I use about a cup of white distilled vinegar. I use about 2 cups of purified water. And for me, I like it to be disinfecting because occasionally I've been working on it. My cats will come up here, and so I always disinfect. It just makes me nervous. So I like it disinfected. So I put about a teaspoon of rubbing alcohol in mine, but you don't have to do that because vinegar also disinfects. And then I like to put about 20 drops of essential oil. Sometimes I put more because I really am into, I like a lot of scent. I know people who don't like scent, so do it to your preference. I always like a citrus, so I like to do like orange, lemongrass, and lime. A lot of times I'll put grapefruit in there. I just like it real citrusy. I made this for my kids, and I put orange and tangerine and a little lemon in here, and they love it. My son is obsessed with this now, so that's how I do that one. You can also do things like sometimes the orange peppermint is nice. I know people like eucalyptus. Eucalyptus also disinfects. So that's how I do that one. And then you can also use lemon and vinegar to help cut away grease. But a degreaser, I also use rubbing alcohol. That's a great degreaser. So that's a good one. You can also, what's a nice one for cleanser is you can use baking soda and coconut oil. And that really can scrub things off, and it can also scrub off your countertops. Yeah, I also have a video on how I make these toilet tabs. I use citric acid in the toilet bombs. So those are helpful, but we're sticking in the kitchen, so we're gonna focus on that here. But the baking soda and coconut oil helps, kind of scrub those stubborn stains away. I just did my cast iron Dutch oven in the sink. It had been sitting in there for a little while because I couldn't find my steel wool scrubbies. And so it had some rust stains in there. So I did use the baking soda, the little the scrub, and got that out yesterday. I do know that one works as well. Just a little bit of the oil because you don't want to get a lot of oil on your, down your sink. So that works. But the baking soda with just a tad is a great scrubber. Oh yeah, this is my glass cleaner. Now this works amazing. I don't put essential oils in it because essential oils can make your windows streak. But in here, I literally put a half a cup of rubbing alcohol. The rest is water. My glass got cleaned yesterday, and it is amazing. This works. I know a lot of people use vinegar too, but I find this works so much better. No streaking, shines amazing. So this is my glass cleaner. And then I label everything because I have my little Famimo, a thing that I love. I'll link that below too. I got it at Amazon. It was literally like 12 bucks or under. And I label my plant stuff. I love it. Literally, you don't ever replace the ink. It's like a laser thing. And I just use my little phone, and I love it. So that's my glass cleaner. And then I'm gonna mix up some, this is so old. I made this for peppermint stuff for Christmas, but I still use the foam but I'm out of hand soap. So this is just water, and this is literally just Castile soap. But then I'm literally just gonna put maybe this one's not open yet. I have the baby one that's open, but I like to save that because it's really not scented and when I make soaps and stuff. So this one's the peppermint. I like to use this one when I make shampoos and stuff. And I do make this peppermint hand soap too around Christmas time. And then I just literally put not even a lot, but that much of the soap in there. And this, I just got this bottle. I probably got this one at Walmart. This one is not. Now, if you want it more pepperminty, you can put more peppermint essential oils, but honestly, I just use this for hand soap. And then I just kind of gently mix it up a little bit. And then look, it comes out as foam soap and no toxins, super inexpensive. Did you see how little? You can even use less of the Castile soap, but that's it. And I have them in my bathrooms and all of the things. So let me put this away and wash the soap off. And same, if you want to do a little disinfectant in there, you can add just a couple drops of the rubbing alcohol. Say you have a boy's bathroom or something and you want them to disinfect their hands when they wash it. But otherwise, just, a good 2-minute scrubbing of the hands, that's good. So yeah, so those are some that are easy to do, and I keep that one by my sink in the kitchen. I also have used a simple lemon and salt scrub for the counters, like if I feel like I need to. And also I use it I have my cutting board. I use a lemon and salt scrub on here, and then I wipe it down, and then I oil it. And another thing, I was going to do a separate video on this because I have these. Since we're talking toxic kitchen stuff. I found this in my house. It's going in the trash. I literally am keeping it for the video. I'm going to do a more in-depth video on it because I want to go through the health hazards and stuff. Not only is it aerosol, but these, like the Pam sprays and stuff, there are some things in the ingredients that are just not good for us. So you can get this one here at Aldi, which is just like an avocado spray. I also have, this one is 100% pure avocado that I got at Sam's Club. It comes in a 2-pack, so that's a little reason. Or these are amazing. This little contraption I got on Amazon. I'm pretty sure I got it on Amazon. You can probably find it at Walmart. And this you can either, I'm gonna do it over here, either spray it or you can pour, like if you're cooking. I'm gonna wipe that down real quick. This made me think of it because I did oil down my cutting board after I scrubbed it. But this, you can just, I buy the big things of organic olive oil or avocado or whatever oil, and you can have this. This will save you a ton of money. So that's another way to keep your kitchens healthier and toxic free. That lemon and salt, that cuts through grease and grime. So that's kind of why I use it on here. You can use it in your oven too, or like, if you have grease and grime, the lemon and the salt is a good one for that. It also, I love lemon, so it makes your kitchen smell good. It also sanitizes, that lemon does as well. It's also another one that's sustainable and cost effective. So what I do with this is that I always try to buy good salt for cooking. So I have like pink Himalayan salt or Redmond's real salt. So that's what I like to use if I, add it to my cooking or in my electrolyte water I make. But I have some really old salt from, years ago, and I just couldn't bear it. I don't know why I didn't throw it out, but so that's what I use for cleaning. I literally, just the table salt. It's not like, I know, but table salt, that's what I use, and I mix it and I use it for cleaning. I don't ingest it. So anyway, thoughts if you're trying to switch over to better salt, you don't have to throw it out. You can just use it for cleaning. Oh, so I've personally seen the positive impacts that DIY kitchen remedies and cleaners have made in my life, and that it can have on our health and well-being. Doing this whole body transformation does make a big difference. Overall, looking back 20 years ago where I was with the 200 hospital stays and given 24 hours to live and said I would never work again and all the things, to where I am right now, yes, I still deal with my things, which is why I'm so adamant about these, putting the natural things into my body, because I don't want all those toxins in there. I never want to go back there. I never want to feel like that again. Everything I can do to keep me on track and healthy and able to grow my own food and able to preserve my own food, that's what I do. And so that's why I share it with you. Do you have to do everything I do? No, but every little bit counts. Anyway, so I have seen firsthand how the positive impacts have on the kitchen remedies with my own health and well-being, like I was saying before. And by making just a few simple changes in our kitchens, I've been able to reduce so many of my own exposure to toxins, improve the air quality, and create a space that helps nourish my own body and my mind. From even a simple homemade air purifier that sits on a countertop that is made just from activated charcoal. This charcoal I get because I have a countertop kitchen composter. So, because in the winter I don't get out to my big composter, so I can throw my eggshells and my vegetable and fruit clippings and things in there. And this is what I use. So just having a little bit of this purifies your air. And you can get activated charcoal pretty much anywhere. So just having the natural air purifier from this to the DIY non-toxic cleaners that I use every single day. These DIY remedies have made a huge difference in my life, and I know that they can for you too. By incorporating just a few of these DIY remedies in your daily routine, you can create a healthier, happier home environment that supports your overall well-being and your family's overall well-being, especially if you have small children. There's nothing better than having non-toxic cleaners, especially on the floors if you have crawling babies. If you could do this for your children, your grandchildren, how much better and healthier are they? So whether you're looking to reduce exposure to toxins, to improve the air quality, or simply create a more sustainable, eco-friendly space and pocketbook, right? We're all looking to save money today. Times are crazy. So any way we can save $1, these remedies are a great place to start. And if you're ready to take the first steps towards creating a healthier kitchen, a healthier home, then be sure to check out my other videos on natural skincare remedies, natural cleaning products, other natural things that I try to make very simply. And don't forget to share your own DIY kitchen remedies and experiences in the comment below. And share these with your friends and family. Let's get our lives, our families' lives, and our homes toxic-free and healthy. Thanks so much for watching, everybody. Be blessed. Have a great day. Bye.